Hello, I am Haley, and I'm going to be talking about Erikson as the educational thinker that I chose for my project. A little bit about him is, he focused on how people develop their identity and how schools and teachers play a role in that process. Short, brief biography about him is that he was born in Germany in 1902. And what I found interesting is that he actually struggled with identity. He had a stepfather that he thought was his real father, and then when he found out it wasn't his biological father, um, he struggled with his identity from that, and that experience really shaped his interest in identity and development. He also trained under Anna Freud, and he was influenced by Montessori's ideas about education. And then he moved to the United States, and he taught at some pretty major universities like Harvard, Yale, and UC Berkeley, if I'm saying that one right. Some educational ideas that I'm going to touch base on is he's best known for his theory of his 8 stages of physiosocial development. Each stage has a challenge that, it goes from when you're born, and then it goes like all the way to adulthood. And some of those stages I'm going to mention, which is like trust versus mistrust, industry versus inferiority, or identity versus role confusion. And these stages explain how people grow and how students build confidence and relationships. Also, he believed adolescence is a key stage for identity. He emphasized that actually it's when students ask questions like who they are and where do I fit in. Schools and teachers guide this process by helping students explore and express themselves. He also showed that development doesn't just, like I mentioned before, it's stop in childhood. It goes beyond that. It continues into adulthood. And people revisit these stages as they take on new roles. Research with college students also have confirmed his theory that it applies beyond adolescence. And then finally, he emphasized that development is shaped by social environments like family, culture, and school. And when children have positive relationships at home and in a classroom, they're more likely to grow with confidence and build a stronger identity. Now I'm going to talk about educational impact. And Erikson's theory has had a big impact on education, actually. In the classrooms, teachers use his stages to understand student struggles. For example, in the industry versus inferiority stage, teachers can help students build confidence by recognizing their efforts and progress. He also showed how important it is for parents and teachers to work together. When they support each other, children develop resilience, motivation, and a stronger self-esteem, believe it or not. In early childhood education, Erikson's ideas encourage teachers to use play, creativity, and social interactions, and not just focus on academics. And in higher education, studies show that things like age, gender, and your background affect student performance, which supports Erikson's idea that development continues throughout life. Some critics I'm going to talk about, well, the other one will be my personal one, but this one here, of course, Erikson's theory has critics, and some researchers say that his stages are too rigid and they don't fit every cultural background. The same stage can look very different in non-Western settings. My personal view is his ideas are very helpful, but life isn't always so neat, and students don't always move through these stages step by step. So that's why I think teachers should use his theory as a guide, but be flexible when applying it. So in general, Erikson, he connected identity and education in a way that still shapes schools today, and his theory reminds us that schools don't just teach academics. They also help students grow as people. Thank you.